Greg realized his children gets along so well with his wife's driver whilst the driver relates well with him. He got insecure. He decided to do a paternity test. Greg discussed it over phone with his brother George, but unfortunately Sherilyn overheard them. That evening, she behaved overly nice to Greg. He was confused. She prepared him his favorite meal but added an overdose of grinded opioids tablet. They both went to bed that night, but Greg never woke up. In the morning when Sherilyn got up, she tapped on Greg to wake him up, but to no avail. She called the ambulance and Greg was sent to the hospital. Greg was pronounced dead on arrival. Sherilyn called Greg's family and they assembled in the hospital. His family requested for a post-mortem because they were surprised he passed on without being ill. The report was ready in a week. The report said Greg's death was caused by hypotension. George, Greg's brother, became suspicious of everything because his brother mysteriously passed on after he decided to do a paternity test on his kids. He decided to do the test himself. He got the samples from the 3 kids one evening when he went visiting and slept over. While the kids were sleeping, George took the samples he needed. Sherilyn was so alert that day, he saw George getting the sample from her children. She felt threatened. The next morning, after George left, she followed and traced him to the DNA center. She called old friend to her get some assassins to eliminate George. She sent them his picture, the car he was driving, and his current location. Sherilyn left the scene afterwards. The assassins arrived at the test center and waited for George till he got out of the test center and left in his car. Then, he was trailed till he was assassinated. The hard copy of the DNA was taken away from him.